We're live.
Hey.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to A Conversation with Friends. As you can see today, my guest is Jordie Janes, and it's already written down here. She's an amazing psychic medium, okay, because she's done readings for me, and I just like, oh, okay. I love her. Okay, so here's a little bit about her. We already, ooh, lovely dovey. We've already got one person watching, and it isn't me. There we go. Jordie Janes is a passionate and caring medium who loves connecting you with loved ones and providing you with evidence that they are not far. Oop, my thing almost went out. Jordie's psychic readings, she connects with your energy to give you clarity what's going on around you. The tarot and oracle cards may be used at the end of the reading to confirm the clarity what has come up. Jordie has trained with Lisa Williams, Lynn Probert, hopefully I said her name right,
Yeah,
and Tony
COVID. Yeah.
Stockwell. And I knew that name, Tony. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Ooh, we got lots of people. Hey,
Oh,
Kevin.
yeah.
Well, lots of people. Two handsome boys. There we go. There we go.
Nothing wrong about that.
There we go. So for those of you, those people who don't know you, and I'm sure there's going to be quite a few who do know you, but for those who don't know you, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, thank you for having me on. Now
My pleasure.
it's early sparrows morning. Sorry. um, I do swear a little bit, but not too much.
That's okay.
So, yeah.
I won't punish you.
Oh, good. This is good. Um, so basically, yes, I live in Victoria, in Australia. Uh, and my accent will probably get really big by
That's okay. They're
the
gonna
way
have
I
all the boys
talk.
fawning all over you with that accent. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, basically I started it's really interesting. I started my journey, well, getting unprogrammed and getting back into my natural state of my gifts about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically started with Lisa Williams, as you said, and did basically some training to train myself back into my my intuition, my ESP, like all the clairs, and then
Mm-hmm.
I started advancing myself and sat in a development circle for about 3.5 years, nearly 4 years, with a beautiful medium in Melbourne. And then started being able to train with Tony, Lynn, and Natalie. So, yeah, so, and basically, I've done expos, markets. There's a big Mind, Body, and Spirit Expo over here in Australia who do all the East Coast, and I go to Melbourne and I do Brisbane. They're trying to get me to Sydney, but I'm not sure about the energy with Sydney. It's not to say that I don't love it, but it's just a really interesting energy for me, and I just don't know if I can or can't be there. So I was just like, we'll see. I might try it next year, but with everything going on
Yeah.
at the moment in the environment, I'm not sure where I'm going right now. But yeah, so and then last 6 years I've been professionally reading. So yeah, and
Now,
I taught on a cruise last year as well. So I
I know
was
that.
actually, yeah, taught on a cruise with four other beautiful teachers, and that was amazing. That was my first time I ever got a passport, and yeah, so 47 and finally got a passport. So it
Hey,
was
look,
quite
I'm gonna get mine this year, and I'm not
so.
47. I'm just like a little
Yes,
bit
you
older
are.
than that.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it does run in my family. So as I've been told by many people who I've had readings from, but also I can just tell you can just tell when it's in the family
Mm-hmm.
because I remember growing up with my mum having a Ouija board that she made up, and she used to be able to do it herself. So she's got a really strong energy. So it's really, yeah, it's cool.
Well, I think a lot of people are afraid of Ouija boards, but it's again, I have one. It was made for me special. It's Mama
Oh, I
D.
love that butterfly one of yours.
I know,
Absolutely
isn't
love
it? And again, it's just about the energies you put into it. So if you have negative energies and you're going to work with them, then that's what you're going to get from them. Personally, I don't work with negative. I get grumpy every so often, but I don't work with negative, so it's the same thing. You know.
Yeah, I class them as a tool, like
Yes.
as a tool that we use, like oracle cards and
Hmm.
pendulums, and it's just another tool, but you've got to really respect it. And that's the thing. If we don't respect those types of things, yes, they will go a
Yeah.
little bit
Yes, Scott, please
haywire.
do share. Sorry.
So,
We're gonna be shared over in the UK. Go for it, Scott.
yay!
Yay. Well, that sort of answered the question with Candace. She says, "Do you think Ouija boards are a negative or bad to use?" No. Again, it's just depends on your intention. Everything bases for me anyway. Everything starts with intention. If you are,
Yep.
you know, whether it's here the tools that you use, or whether it's when you cross over. If you cross over and you're a grumpy old fart here, you're gonna be a grumpy old fart there. So like, just raise it up. Be a happy little bunny, like us.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And excuse me, everyone, it's like it is 7 o'clock here in
It's
Australia,
it.
and in the
Yes.
morning, mind you, I need my coffee, so I do apologize.
It's Monday morning for you, right?
Yeah, it is. It's Monday morning.
Okay.
Monday morning here. So,
Oh, hey, Michael.
and yeah, so morning, everyone. I'm seeing everyone's. This is the first time I've done StreamYard, so I'm watching everyone, and it's so much
Yeah, the
fun.
lovely thing about StreamYard is, sorry, my sons decided to come out. Um, the lovely thing about StreamYard is we get to see the comments, but we can't respond. Not in
Yeah,
Facebook. But we still get to see them. We get to wave hi. We get to. They're okay. Stephen, you've asked for a reading, but let's hang on for a little bit before. Otherwise, that's all we'll be doing. But I like people to
yeah.
get to know who you are. Excuse me.
And I'm loving the fact that we can actually do it face to face than
Yes,
just voice. It's really awesome.
and I think this platform is really good because you could use it as a platform for doing a round table because you could have up to 6 people
Ah,
in
awesome.
this, and this is free. It's right now is in everybody's price range because nobody can afford to do anything but eat.
Well, that's exactly right.
You know.
I don't know how you guys are. We're not quite in lockdown yet. They're doing it in stages over here.
Okay.
So we're basically at the stage where we can only go shopping, to the pharmacy, to doctors, and hospitals, but we can go for walks, but we can't be in groups of people, and
Okay.
we can only go 1 or 2 people, and we've got to have that social distancing as well. But they're even like, if you sit in the park
Hmm.
for a snack, they're actually telling people to move on. So
Well,
it's
we have to do what's for me. It's common sense,
it
you
is
know,
it is
and it's transmittable, whether it's by touch, whether it's by the droplets in the air, whatever. Safe than sorry. Stay home. If you got to go out for a walk, take the dog for a walk. I actually saw somebody taking their dog for a walk with one of those drones, and I
mm,
thought that was cute, but it was a little dog. So I could just imagine somebody's drone walking a pit bull or a
yeah, no.
boxer. It just wouldn't last. Drone would be dragging on the floor, you know. But so yeah, so common sense. Just use your common sense, and we're good. Um, Now you do okay. Out of all the clairs that you have, which is your most prevalent?
Probably clairvoyance, and then I would go clairaudience. All my clairs are pretty much trained up, but I feel actually, now saying that, I do feel a lot. So the clairsentient. So I've got clairvoyance, clairsentient, and clairaudience.
So in that order. So like if somebody asks you for a reading, okay, you and I sit down.
I would feel into it first. So I'd feel
Okay.
the energy first. It's like I go, boom, like my whole energy just goes like straight to
Okay.
the person that I'm reading for. So that would be the psychic side. And then feeling spirit to my side is mediumship, is how I sort of distinguish where I'm at in how I read. So, yeah. But yeah, no, clairsentient, then clairvoyant, clairaudient, I would say.
Okay. Oh, and Candace in the chat room. Doing reading online to doing it in a physical appearance is quite a different type of energy. I'm sure of that.
Sorry,
Because,
doing reading online.
whoops, sorry, I'll put it back.
Sorry, Dal. Doing reading online to doing it in physical appearance, a different type of energy? No.
So if you and I were sitting face to face with each other, would be the
Mm-hmm.
same energy as if doing it like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It doesn't change. It just the way it's sort of energy is quite it there's no barriers to it.
Okay.
So as you know, as I've read for you, I can pick up on energy straight away. So I can just go, um, oh, okay, so this, and I think Saturday I had about 7 readings and they were all online. And it's all just bang, bang, bang. So I picked it up straight away. So
Okay.
it's exactly the same as sitting physically in my room. So, and what I do though, which is really interesting because now I've got all my room set up to do online. I've got a table here. I'm going to give you a few of my secrets. I've actually got a trestle table now that's my desk because normally I can't have a big desk in my room when I'm doing physical um, readings.
Yeah.
So I've now got this set up with my computer, my iPad, all my cards around me. It just looks like I'm like a little hermity type person with all my stuff around me.
It's okay. If you'll notice, you only get to see this part of me. The
Yeah,
rest, it's
yeah,
like
and that's
crystals
why
are
you've
over there,
got
books and cards, and oh yeah.
so that's why you've got my beautiful all my
Mm-hmm.
beautiful
I can
stuff.
see them back there.
So yeah, my cards are down there, sort of over there. So yeah, so
Okay.
cool.
Do you rather do readings, whether it's like this verbally or by email? Do you do email readings?
I do email readings,
Do.
but I do like to. It's like that really pushes my trust, which is good. So I do email readings, but I prefer to have the interaction
Mm-hmm.
as well, only because then I can sort of, it's like I want to say feed off the energy, but I know I can do an email reading. I don't do a lot of them, but I
Mm-hmm.
like to have that sort of back and forth of yes and no,
Yeah.
because then I can sort of go, okay, am I going in the right direction? Am I not going in the right direction? What do I need to do to pull it back to go, okay, if I'm not seeing this, does this make sense? So yeah, but I
Yeah.
do them, yes.
Yeah. I find that when I do email readings, I'm overthinking myself. Hey guys. I overthink and I know what I'm doing and I write it down. And aside from going back to spell check because I really am not good at spelling, thank God for spell check. Yeah. I sit there and think, okay, is was this what I was? It doesn't look right. Should I? It's like you think twice when you're doing it like this. It just sort of pops out, flows out of your mouth, and there's like it's not a correction per se, but it's like it it it's just easier and it's simpler and you're not overthinking it when you have the email because you have to go back and check for spelling and some people
Mm,
are really into the punctuation which I'm not so that has to be checked so you're going back over and over so it makes you overthink so I
yeah,
do them
exactly.
but
Yeah,
it's like
exactly. Because
this
it's all
is
inspirational. It all
yeah
comes from the higher self. So it's like my higher self connecting with your higher self.
yeah
So typing and relaying what you get,
hmm
it can sort of be filtered, I would say, as well.
yeah
Because you would go, oh, that doesn't make sense, but I'm just going to write it down. Oh,
yeah
no,
and it
and
doesn't
some of
yeah
the, and I mean, I do love doing readings because sometimes the stuff that comes out of my mouth, I just go, I really like
yeah I know
that.
I know I know. And then sometimes you kind of like, in your head, you're going, that sounds like kind of, that doesn't sound, make sense, but when it, like in your head, it doesn't make sense. But once it comes out your mouth, it's like, ah, I got it
Yeah.
now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's like and it's really funny. And this is what it cracks me up all the time. Just for example, I might have 4 children in my head. Like I go, oh, do you have 4 children? But
Mm-hmm.
spirit's got control of my body and I've only got 3.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 children, but I'm getting 4. So
Oh,
what's going
yeah,
on
I
there?
can tell you why. There's 3 actual physical birthing children, and the 4th is always the husband.
Yeah, yeah, that's true
I'm
too.
sorry.
Or one that could not possibly get here, but
Yep.
it's really interesting
Or
how
future.
how I sort of go spirit take over my body because the way I do on a mediumship level is they impress on me, so I can take on mannerisms. I get um, their their body sort of influences. So if they have issues with their lower legs with fluid, I feel like my legs are filling up with fluid.
Okay.
If they have arthritis, I feel it in my fingers. If they have issues around the chest, throat, I sort of bring that all in as well. So, which is quite interesting. So when they take over my body, I just go, just if you see the mannerisms, just take it that you know that they're here. So,
Exactly.
but it's quite funny when it happens. So,
Okay. Hey, George. George, and sometimes co-host with me on a silly show.
oh, this is gorgeous, George. Sorry.
Yes, it's gorgeous, George. See, George, well known. Says writing it down uses energy. If reading and just talking to the person, you are able to use all of what you are giving to that person. Hope that makes sense. It does.
Yeah, totally. Totally makes sense.
George makes sense when he's not dancing, thankfully.
No, I've watched you too. I remember watching you guys a couple of weeks ago, or the last time he was on, I think, and it was just so funny. I was like crying, laughing. It was
Oh, you've
hilarious.
never
So,
seen our Halloween show?
oh no, not yet.
George was me. He got a
Oh,
very
okay. I might have to
he
go
got a
back.
red tacky wig. It's on my YouTube channel. He got a red wig and put butterflies in it and was answering phone calls. It was not funny. It was so funny. I was like I couldn't talk, and
Mm.
I swear to God I could. I was that close to peeing myself because it was so funny, and I couldn't. It's George. Um,
Oh, so George, coming from me, it's awesome. Thank you. It was so much fun. You guys are hysterical together. So yeah.
well, right now I've been put to the side because he's too doggone busy dancing and doing some housework. Mm. Fixing the house because his wife wants things redone, and so there we go. People are
Ah,
going,
okay.
where is
Yeah.
this
Well,
conversation going?
you got to keep us happy sometimes.
That's for sure, because she kicked his butt. Oh, we have. Oh my goodness, thank you very much. I have a first time, uh, Carolyn. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Is it
McKelvey.
McKelvey?
McKelvey.
McKelvey.
Yeah.
McKelvey. So, am I allowed to do
Like
messages now?
if it's like I said, you know how this works. This is you. This is your show. I'm just
Oh, is
here
it?
to
Okay.
direct channels. Okay. You want me to
Okay.
leave? Here with a second.
I
You want
thought
me to
it was
leave?
you.
There we go.
No, no, no! Don't leave me.
You have a couple other people, but it was just I thought that was very nice that she's a first timer. I love when we have first timers, and it's
Yeah,
not always a
Carolyn,
reading show. People don't
welcome,
forget
darling.
that this is a show that puts gives a platform to people to show their best side.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, my best side.
Ooh, Mr. Boker, Ray, another medium from the UK, just says, "Here we go." Oops, I don't know if I can do this. There.
Oh,
Say,
Ray,
hey
thank you,
boss,
darling.
an Aussie girl has awesome energy. Yes, she does.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ray is a friend who also has
Um,
a
can we
show.
go back to? Do you mind if I just go back to
Sure,
Carolyn?
sure, sure.
Um, I just want to quickly go back
Hmm.
to. Okay, so welcome, by the way. Just quickly, what I okay. I've got so many things coming in for you. I don't think I can get it all done in 5 minutes. But Caroline, I just want you to sit. You've got a really gorgeous energy, and I just want you to sit rather than oh, you're such an empath. I want you to sit and just breathe, girl. I don't know if you're in the health industry or you're being impacted quite a bit with what's going on at the moment. Not to say everyone's not doing it, but I just feel like I've got something that's like a 6 degrees of separation around you with this environment that's going on in the universe at the moment. I just want you to sit and breathe. I feel like I want, you're a Scot. Caroline, oh my God. Sorry, I don't know. You guys have not seen, but I've got Scottish heritage. So I've got this beautiful, you can't see it, tattoo. And then there's something about Scotland with me that I know if I go over there, I probably won't come home. So come back to Australia anyway. So I've got these beautiful tattoos. But Caroline, I really want you to sit and just breathe. You're being overwhelmed a little bit, and I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I just feel like I want you to just take a breath, if that makes sense. Watch the birds. Thank you. Watch the birds. Like, sit and just watch the birds. That could be a really good meditation for you. So yeah, I'll leave that with you. I don't know if that makes sense, Carolyn, but thank you.
Cool. We have a couple of others. The very first one was Stephen Krause.
Yes.
Hopefully I'm saying the last name right. So
Is
I'm
Stephen
hoping
still
he's
on?
still in the chat. Okay, Stephen, I'm not unless you let me know that you're still here. We're just gonna go on to Joy because I know Joy is still here. Joy Godsif, and she's watching from New Zealand. I have a couple of friends down there. I don't ever want to hear them say that.
I've actually got a couple of friends over in New Zealand as well, and I've got a beautiful client that went back over there actually. So
oh gosh, she's got
welcome,
gorgeous
Joy.
eyes. Sorry, she's in New Zealand.
So I'm doing a message for Joy.
Sure, if you have.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love her energy. Sorry. It's so interesting because when I get into elemental stuff, I sort of go, oh, I love your energy. It's like I get a little bit of a leprechaun thing with me. Joy, I feel like I want to say to you, it's really stop worrying about why it's like I want to say you're the happiness fairy. I feel like, Joy, I want to, and it's not because of your name, but it's a really good namesake. But I just want to say to you that this beautiful energy that you have, don't let anyone like butt out the energy. I feel like I need to say to you, stop worrying about what other people's opinions of you and just keep that happiness going, if that makes sense, Joy. But I know it's not because of your name is what I want to say to you. I feel like you've got this beautiful elemental energy. I do feel like I'm being told I want to tell you off because you haven't been out with the trees or with the elements or the elementals of late. So I need to just tell you that. So don't shoot the messenger, please.
You got told off. There we go.
Okay. And that's the worst thing is when that's the worst thing with me. I being what I do, I sort of go, in a relationship, so you guys are engaged. And if they go no, and I go, oh, okay, can you just act surprised?
Oh, yeah, that's fun, isn't it? Joy says thank you.
Joy, I hope that makes sense, darling. Please keep it up. I want to say keep it up.
Okay. Do you want to continue with a couple of readings? Because a couple other people have been asking. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to thank Scott Wood very much for sharing this out because I have some people in this chat room that I've never seen here before. So thank you to all my first timers. And with your friends, my friends, and everybody else that has shared it, thank you very much. Because we're up to 32 people watching right now.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. I haven't been able to share it. So I do apologize because I've got my phone here, but I've turned it off. So
that's okay. Don't worry about it.
So
I'm trying to take names down, but it's like, breathe, people, breathe.
Yeah, I know.
If I miss you, it's not because I don't love you. It's because, it's just like there's like 30 people in here. I was like, wow. Okay.
And not just that, we have a short time frame, don't we?
Well, we have the time frame is up to you. If you want to stop at an hour, we stop at an hour. If you want to go to 2 hours, I'm not going past 2 hours because I just give my husband enough snacks to last 2 hours, and then after that I gotta go feed him again. There you go.
That's fine with me because I have a student at 10 o'clock here So that's in 2.5 hours. So
Okay,
I'm not going
we're
to be
not
long
going to
here
go
for
that.
three
We're
hours.
just max.
No, we're not going to be there.
Max an hour and a half long. We'll see how, we. I can't
That's
abuse
okay.
Jordy. I want her to come back in again. I love her dearly.
Oh,
Um,
I would
okay,
love to
here's
do a
one.
weekly or a monthly thing with you, gorgeous, because how we connected, uh, it's so interesting. For when you first actually connected with me, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like,
Is it just a quick
um,
response from Joy? Absolutely. I hear you. Being in quarantine. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Keep up. Keep it up. Love and light to you both. Thank you very much, Joy.
thank you. And Joy, I know New Zealand is in actually lockdown. They're actually in lockdown, I think, for 4 weeks. So they're more restricted than what we are over here at the moment. So not even the takeaways are open over in New Zealand at the moment. We're
Yeah.
lucky we've still got McDonald's and KFC and all that sort of stuff still open at the moment. But I know New Zealand is in like, you've got to fend for yourselves with takeaway food,
Yep.
and that would kill me.
Yeah, and it's funny. I saw a video on Facebook today. This little girl, I'd say, was about 5, 6 years old, maybe, and her mother was telling her how all the stores, all the takeaway restaurants were closed, all the restaurants were closed, and she was just breaking down into tears. She was crying her whole body, and then she's sort of like, and then the mother goes, "So you're gonna have to put up with my cooking." I swear, the girl had like a normal redheaded temper tantrum. She freaked out. She had to eat mom's cooking. So I think that's hysterical. I mean,
Well, we're
there's
still
a lot of
trying.
negative in this, but you gotta find the funny in it. And I thought that was fun. I loved the mother for putting that up, showing us something that was, poor Peanut was done. She didn't want to have to eat mom's cooking.
Yeah, and it's
So
funny
funny.
because I don't know if you guys have seen the Dark Crystal, but on the
Yes.
Dark Crystal, there's like this little fuzzy dog, and how it throws a tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
My husband has got that saved on his phone, so when my daughter goes a little bit crazy,
Just
we
say,
just
"Hmm,
turn
here you
it
go."
on.
Oh my God.
And she's
Dun, dun, dun.
17, but it's just she's a comedian. She's a natural born performer and comedian, and but just the whole, like, he just puts it on every so often. It just cracks us up because it's so much like, it's like, no.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Um,
Oh, it's so
Now I'm
funny.
going to have you focus on a gentleman who is, we just spoke of him, but he asked if you had anything for him. He's probably still in the chat room, but he says, well, you don't have to. George.
Oh, Mr. George. Okay,
Gorgeous George.
don't shoot the messenger.
His wife will smack him for you, no problem.
He has got such a big heart. He needs to make sure he looks after himself. I'm being shown that he really needs to look after his health or really get back. It's like I don't do I'm not a medical intuitive as much as I love the medical intuitive side of things.
Hmm.
But George, I need you to make sure that you keep up with what you're being told to do on a physical level. I don't know if yeah. I just want to say keep on top of your bloods is what I want to say. And I'm not a medical intuitive at all, but I don't know if that makes sense to you, darling. But also, I feel like, oh, can you stop being torn between two different it's like I feel like you've got two different things that you want to do and you're being torn in between the two. Okay, I'm trying to think. Projects, thank you. Two projects that you have going and you don't know which one to go with first. And it's not to do with the house, um, as we were talking about before. I just want you to, awesome. Thanks, George. I just want you to sort of, if this makes sense to you, George, I want to say that you jump in feet first before you do all the planning and you do all the foundation work. So I feel like I want to say to you, make sure you do your foundation work first before you do one of the projects that you're really interested in, if that makes sense. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll leave that with you, George. Don't shoot the messenger.
Not gonna shoot the messenger. Ray says, if they lift a lockdown before August, I will be in Perth, Adelaide, Sydney, and Moolaboola for my birthday. Ask Jordie about the animal energy. I see St. Francis as an ascended master for her. So Ray said that he saw you, lots of animal energy around you before. So see?
I do. I love my animals, and yes, I am. It's is it Malubra? I think. Oh my God, Australian and I can't even pronounce it. How bad is that?
Moola,
My coffee's not in yet.
Moolalaba.
George, thank you. Saint Francis. I haven't actually looked into Saint Francis, but I'd love to. I'll definitely do my homework on that one. Animal energy, yes, I am a fiend for animal energy. Um, Anytime I live pretty much in the country in Victoria, in Australia, and we have wedge-tailed eagles quite fluently through here and black-shouldered kites. We have a lot of crows and magpies, and every time I'm a bird person, I love my birds. So when I'm on my way to Spiritual Centre, over in Geelong, which is about an hour and a half away from me, I literally get wedge-tailed eagles on the way there and on the way back. So for me, that's my sign of spirit going, yes, I'm doing the right thing. I'm connected. That makes sense. But thank you, Dave. Thank you. That's how you pronounce it.
Moola.
Malulaba.
Moo. Okay. Y'all know where it is.
Yeah.
So if the quarantine is lifted, Ray's gonna be down there in
Yeah.
August.
Awesome.
Lola.
Well, that's the thing. This week just gone, I should have been in a beautiful training week with Tony, Lynn, Natalie, and Diane. Tony, Lynn, and Natalie are from the UK. And basically, I was supposed to be doing a training week like Arthur Findlay College. They bring these tutors over and they do a full week, and we sit with a tutor for mediumship and everything. And unfortunately, due to all this, they weren't able to come over, so it was all cancelled. And but hopefully next year they'll be back. But I do want to go over to Arthur Findlay College in England. Fingers crossed one day. That's my goal.
Yeah. You're gonna be there. No doubt. Have no doubt. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like I said, everybody, I am trying to get a couple of the names. Y'all, my chat room is just like bursting out. It's like never had
I
so
know,
much
this is
writing
awesome.
names in. Dag, thank you, Scott Wood. Yeah, adorable. Gonna have
And
him
thank
in
you,
every
George,
show.
by the way. Thank you for it all making sense. Don't shoot the messenger.
No, he won't. As I said, if he does, I'll call up his wife and say, "Could you smack George, please?"
That's right.
Um, a lovely friend of mine who will be on, I think it's next week, is Kendra.
Ah, lovely.
Kendra Hatley Auger. There we go.
Oh my God, I love her energy.
Okay, have you ever met anybody whose energy you don't like?
Oh, you know what? It's really interesting because the way that energy works, I don't. It's like I want to say. I always say that because I can. For one thing, I can blend with it, which is a really good thing. But two is everyone's got really good energy. It's
Yeah.
just the physical form that makes it not 100%.
Yeah.
Does that
Have
make
you ever
sense?
met anybody whose energy was so overwhelming that you could not didn't like, but overwhelming was like too much of it?
You know
Like
what? Back
George
in
in
the day
stereo.
when I was first training,
Mm-hmm.
I would go, yes. I would definitely go, yeah, no, that's too much for me. But now I've strengthened enough to go, oh, Cara, thank you. Awesome. Thank you. I now sort of understand that if it gets a little bit overwhelming for me, or if I feel, see, okay, back in the day, I wouldn't be able to decipher if the emotions were mine or if it was the person I was reading for. Whereas now I can actually go, oh, this emotion, I know that's not mine, what's going on around there. So it could be quite heavy, but I can still definitely connect with it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I can see you smiling, so I know you're reading the comments.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention, but I'm like trying to
No, no, no,
trying
no,
to
no. I
take my
can.
time.
Okay, so uh, Kendra. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm going to read for Kendra. You know, that's really interesting. I've just read Kendra's last one. I've met people who I didn't like to read. It's really interesting because, yes, it's you can get those people definitely, but I always go, okay, well, I'm not going to read for you. I think probably in the last 4 years, there's only been two people that I haven't been able to connect with. But what they wanted to hear and what I gave them might have been two
Mhm.
different things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, if I'm going to just quickly read Kendra just for a minute,
Mhm.
the reason why I said I love her energy is she's very down to earth and she's very matter of fact and she definitely tells it how it is. And or what's really interesting is that as you were saying about not being able to read people, Kendra, what I want to say to you, it's not about, it's really interesting because I love how you can just, you don't mix words. You are very soft and gentle in it though, but you definitely a matter of fact person. Like you definitely say it how it is. Uh, and and she does what I do. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, and I'm just don't shoot the messenger, but I just want to make reference to your energies shifting again. So please make sure that you trust what you're receiving because I feel like it's getting stronger and deeper. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, darling, but I feel like I know you've been reading for quite some time, but I feel like you're going through another ascension. There's something going on here that I just want to acknowledge that you're going up next level. So I'll leave that with you. I hope that makes sense, darling.
I think it does. Here, I've got a question in the chat room from my one of my sweeties. I've always wondered that. I imagine that people with ADHD can be hard to read.
You know what? Um, I have a beautiful son who's got Asperger's. Um, with ADHD, they are not hard to read. They're just on a different wavelength, on a different like um, frequency, if that makes sense. Uh, I believe that people who are diagnosed with this is just my belief, so it's my opinion, to my knowledge and my understanding. So this is just mine. Is that the beautiful people who have got spectrum or ADHD do have more of a spiritual connection. So they're trying to figure out the physical form of humanity because they're such in a spiritual energy form that they don't have that sort of interlocking connection. Does that make sense?
It does. Let me tell you a little bit about something about Mr. J. He is what he considers to be ADHD, and his connection is to the Fae, into the little people, and he always says that
Oh,
he's a
one of my
paranormal
kind.
investigator, and he says that he never, when he goes into an investigation, everybody else does a prayer of protection, and he doesn't. And from the day I met him, the reason I told him he doesn't do it. I mean, yeah, you should, but he won't. But the reason he doesn't really 100% need to is because they are around him and protecting him for so long. It's an automatic for them.
Yeah, it's an
It's
automatic thing.
yeah.
It's automatic. It's just, and that's what I love about people with be on the spectrum or ADHD or that. They're they're spiritual beings trying to have a human experience rather than
Hmm. A
human
human with
having a
spiritual.
spiritual
Yep.
experience. It's and it's really, and if she, oh mate, no wonder when I connected with him, I was just like, oh my god, I love his energy, because I'm very much of the elementals as well. As you can tell, I'm an elemental, but I also love all the. I, I just want to say, when I was younger, I always had a tree in my front yard that I used to talk to, and I was like, why am I hearing an old man's voice coming from a tree? And now I know why.
I know why.
Because I'm connected.
Well,
But
if you have, do you have YouTube?
yes.
Okay. So go with a very good sense of humor. Go find LEP Productions. You will
What
find
is
out
it?
a little bit about LEP Productions.
Yep.
This is Jay and a bunch of friends. Well, Jay and his wife do one show. Jay and the boys do another show.
Mm-hmm.
And just if you go into a Tuesday night, make sure you have a really good sense of humor. And I will, I love these guys. They are adorable. They are three grown teenage boys. That's all I have to
Mm-hmm.
say. And if you understand that, you'll understand the sense of humor that's going on. So go into YouTube, and because they do YouTube lives, they do like what we do here. But it, it, earlier today they had a guest on, and they
Sorry.
shared his what he does. But his wife is a medium. They do, just go check it. LEP
I
Productions.
will.
Follow them.
I will.
Subscribe to
I
them.
will
They're
definitely.
hysterical.
Because I am a freak for paranormal um, investigations.
They have put up. They
Because,
do their own taping of their own shows and their own what's the word, editing. So there's
yeah,
no fancy schmancy. You're gonna have
yeah,
times where it's like da, 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 da. But these guys, I'm gonna make you blush like you didn't believe. These guys, this team is a group from different teams that came together.
yeah,
There's a young lady from Canada who goes down, and there's one of the team members is up there watching over them and being a much of a pain in the ass as he was down here up there because we love him dearly. But this team, seriously, LEP Productions, go check them out. I think they have two shows that are up. They've got other
thanks,
little
Dave.
videos. They got two shows that are up, and there's another one coming down soon.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just explain how I'm a freak for paranormal investigations. Uh, I love them because it proves, because the way I read skeptically. I read very groundedly. Like the stuff that comes
Mm-hmm.
out of my mouth, I just go, my students, God, I love them. They go, oh, you need to hashtag that, or put it on a t-shirt that you can't make this shit up. Excuse my
Yeah.
French. But when I do, I've only done one real investigation
Mm-hmm.
at there's a beautiful Clarkfield pub in Victoria that is well known and very, very, very active. And we went there with a group of mediums, and it was so much fun. The guys that ran it were interesting, to say the least. Like what they were doing, it was like, anyway, uh, but I love it because on a physical level, those investigations give me a physical, like, this shit is real. Like
Yeah.
this stuff you can't make up.
Yeah.
It's yes, they it's there's a little bit of different thought processes and opinions of it, but for me it's not that they don't haunt. They might haunt, they might do things that move and touch and all that sort of stuff, but it's actually the residual energy that they've built up there. So it's just really interesting. Love it.
Yes.
And I would love to just do a whole year of just paranormal investigations with, like,
You
go
you
all over the
seriously
place.
need to, you need to follow these guys. They
Mm.
did Jay and his crew went and did an investigation and did a Facebook live during it. I've seen a few Facebook live paranormal investigations, and it was just okay, it was interesting. It wasn't anything. But this one, for some reason, I felt stuff that was going on, and I've
Oh
never
wow.
done that before. There was a connection, and I was like, oh wow. So I have sworn never done an investigation, but the day that I do, and I know I'm going to regret this because I trust Jay, I'm
Yeah,
going to have to do it with them. I know that's going to make me crazy. People are going to think
yeah,
I'm nuts because Jay pushes buttons, but good
yeah.
way, in a good way.
And Jay, I love what you've said there. Yeah, that one. Um,
Psychic mediums are just as important in our investigation as any of our equipment. We take a full approach to our investigating, using text to validate spiritual and vice versa.
Exactly. And it's so, I can talk about paranormal investigation for hours, but the one that I did
Mm-hmm.
last year or the year before, there was like our cameras weren't working on our phones, our our flashes weren't working. Like when we're trying to take video and photos, the flashes weren't working, and then all of a sudden the flashes would work. And a beautiful friend of mine, Beck, we're both in the one of the rooms, and basically she goes, "Oh, turn your light on because I can't see what on my phone." And I said, "I can't turn my light, I can't turn my flash on." Then all of a sudden, I sort of said to him, "Can you please stop mucking around with the flash and turn it on?" And they turned it on, and I'm just like, "Thank you." But
Yeah.
it's such God, I could spend hours talking about the stuff. I love it. I love it.
Become friends with Jay Lynch. You'll see all the fun stuff that they do.
Oh,
Here's the other
you
part
know
of the
what?
team.
It's and because I know that I will be traveling next year because my beautiful girl's doing her last year of high school over here, and yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to traveling next year and taking family and stuff. So yay!
Okay. Let's see. Carolyn Sims. Can you connect with her and give her?
Okay, have
She
we
wasn't here.
got?
The chats move so fast, I can't
Yep,
even.
that's all right. Where is she?
I'm gonna try and find her. Ha! There we are.
Oh, you got her?
I found a hello.
Oh, hello! Oh my God. Okay, so don't shoot the messenger. Um,
I think that's gonna be your
Caroline, as I
tagline.
can, pardon?
I'm gonna put that as your tagline today.
Oh, um, I feel like she's a little bit, okay, I feel like you're a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. I also feel like I'm being told that you have not been, I don't know if you have Oracle cards or you use them, but you haven't been using them of late. I'm also being told that you're not trusting your intuition, you're not trusting your gut feelings, you're really in your head at the moment. I also want to give you a yellow rose, and I don't know where the yellow rose comes in, but I just want to acknowledge a yellow rose for you. And also, I keep hearing about a gold bracelet with a big gold locket. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just being told that you need to do those things. So I hope that makes sense to you, darling.
Okay, perfect. Um, Angie Day. Let's see if I can find her picture. There we go. Nope, that's not her picture, but it's Angie Day.
Angie Day. Okay. Okay. I'm being shown you've got 3 different paths or 3 different questions or 3 different things that you looking at doing. And I want to say go with the one with the heart, obviously, because that's your passion. But I feel like I want to put 1, 2, and 3 and go for the middle. It's like I want to say go for the middle one. Don't go for the other 2 at the moment. It's like I want to say the straightest sometimes the straightest path to where you want to go is hard, but the harder it is, the easier it will come to you. So I just feel like I want to say that, if that makes sense, Angie.
Okay, and here's a little bit of a confirmation, sort of from Carolyn. Gold locket on my mom's necklace.
Okay, cool. Because I saw, those big sort of filigree lockets on what would used to be on bracelets, on gold bracelets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to acknowledge this. So thank you for the validation. Thank you for that.
Okay. Lucas Henar. See if I can find him again.
Oh, I saw him before, saw him earlier. I was drawn to him. There's
Okay.
also a Kate.
Yes, Kate
Someone.
Katrina.
Yep, that's the one. I was drawn to her as well, but I'll go to Lucas because Lucas. Oh, Ange, awesome. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, thank you. I know it's your show, but I should say you should do some.
No! No, this is all about you. They
I
have to find me
treat
and they have to find me in my Facebook group. This is just this. I'll just disappear from the picture again, child.
him.
Now there we go, Lucas. Found ya.
Okay. Oh my God. Um, he's got so many things. It's like he wants to do so many things so quickly. I want to. It's like I want to say he's actually found. This is really interesting with what he wants to do, or the awakening, or there's some sort of reference to opening up to things. He's like a kid in the candy store at the moment, and what I want to say is that he needs to really hone in and not take too many things on too quickly. It's like if you have too much candy, you get sick. It's like I want to say to him that he needs to just bring it in and work with individual things at a certain time. Don't do too many things at once. But I also feel like I want to say to him to make sure, Lucas, that you keep up your boundaries, make sure you put your protections up, because I do feel like you do a lot of things for people, but it doesn't get, it's like I want to say there's no return in energy. So if you're feeling a little bit flat or a little bit low, make sure you, for me, disciplines are really important. So I feel like disciplines are going to be important for you. So salt baths or smudging, um, getting outside, grounding, and just really focusing on certain things at a time. Because I feel like I know you've probably been spiritual or in the spiritual realm for a couple of years, but I just feel like something's opened up and now you're just like, oh, wow, I need this one, I need this, and I need this. I just want you to sort of step back and ground and then work on different things. Don't work at everything together, if that makes
One
sense.
step at a time.
Exactly. And it's not because when we are, for me, and especially with training people as well, being a teacher in this, which I never thought I would be a teacher, but everyone goes, oh, you're going to be a teacher. And I'm like, yes, no, 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 no. Uh,
I don't
I
feel it.
always I always make sure that I don't overload my students. One,
Mm-hmm.
make sure that they sit with it first and then move on to the next thing, because if you don't sit with it, you miss the foundations. And I'm a really I was trained that way. I was trained with foundations first. I was trained with physical understanding, physical awareness of who I am, what my shit's going on, what my triggers were, why I have to go through something. So then 6 weeks later, I go, oh, so that's why I went through that, because I had to read that for you. So we as readers do go through what we see, because it's a vocabulary that we use. So spirit used a vocabulary with me. I have a little filing system. One of my beautiful friends who's also in the industry called it a filing system, and I went, oh, I'll grab that. So we
Mm-hmm.
feed off each other. It's really interesting how all us as beautiful healers, readers, guides, mediums, in this beautiful realm, we feed off each other in different things. But it's like me as a teacher, if a student comes to me and I go, okay, are you sure? And then when they disappear, when they go, I just go, okay, so obviously I've done all I can do. They're on to the next teacher or they're on to the next thing. It doesn't faze me when they leave. I sort of go, oh, what's going on? Why are they? And then I go, hang on a second, self check. It's not me. So I've just got to do that. But I always make sure that whenever I get a new student, I always go through fundamental stuff first. It's really funny. I was writing down something with a student the other day, and I call them disciplines, but then Spirit wrote principles, and I went, "Oh, I like that."
Yeah. Sometimes it's in a word.
It is. Oh, totally.
Sorry. Okay. Lucas, I hope that helps. Let's find you. You said Kate was one
Yeah,
of them. First off, I'm loving Kate because she loves my butterflies. Thank you for
yeah. And it's really interesting as I connected with that with her name. I was just like, oh, there's it's. She's got to make some hard decisions, and it's the hard decisions are going to be good for you, okay, because I feel like definitely, we're all empaths, don't get me wrong, we're all got these beautiful empathic power, but or energy, but I feel that when you make hard decisions, you worry about how the other person's going to take it. And I don't know if you're in management, but I feel like there's just a reference where you've got to really step up and put your foot down with certain things. I want to say family, and I just feel like don't worry about feeling for them when you've got to put the hard line on them, because in in all honesty, it's about protecting your energy and setting your boundaries rather than being there for that person and they're having no sort of concept of the energy exchange. I just feel like I want to say that to you. But I also want to say, I don't know if there's I just feel like I've got a gentleman around you who's just wanting to put his foot down around you. And I feel like this is it's like I want to say a grandfather who is quite strong and he's got a hat and he just wants to tip. Awesome. He wants to tip his hat off to say, well done, but don't worry about stepping and putting your boundaries up. I feel like the grandfather's got this beautiful old tweed hat. It's like the old fedoras. And I just want to say he's tipping his hat off to you. It's like the way I'm seeing this hat. It's it's like a tweed fedora, but I don't know if that makes sense to you. But I just want to take my hat off to you. And I feel like he's just under 6 foot. And I want to acknowledge this grandfather would be on mum's side of the family. But I do feel like he's just coming through for you, Kate, just to give you a bit of a yes, you need to do it, because otherwise it's for your sanity. So I'll leave that with you.
Jesus. Yes, amazing.
And I want to say oh God, sorry, I've just got to keep going with you, Kate. I want to say he would be in his mid 80s, or there's something about 86 that he wants to say. And he also wants to acknowledge that he's definitely around mum at the moment as well. So I'll just leave that with you. And I feel like he was a real gentle soul, but he definitely put his foot down. For some reason, he's showing me his big boots, his steel cap boots. And I don't know what that means, but I'll leave that with you.
Okay. We have a lady in the chat, Christine Mary Fraser. Her first question was, will I find love? I'm 59 years old. I feel old. No. There's no such thing. The physical age. Here's my. I'm gonna let you get to it in a second, but this is the way I do age. My body is 58 years old. My mind at times can be like 16 to 21. Okay, I'm not a boy who's always a 14-year-old. 16 to 21, and my soul is ageless. So it doesn't matter what your physical age is. It the right person will come along. It's just that, and never too old ever.
Mm. Also, I want to say to you, and you're very much like me. I'm stuck at 35. 35 is my age. So I'm not 35, by the way. I'm not 35, but I'm stuck at 35. So if I look 35, yes, I've got the genes for it as well, which is awesome. I love my genes and my family, but there's just something, yeah. Oh, Kate, thank you. I was so drawn to you, and I knew he was here, so I just had to, yeah, thank you. But yeah, it's not an age. Okay. Oh, what was that lady's name that you just talked about?
Christine Mary Fraser.
Okay, Christine, it's more about when you're ready. I want to acknowledge something about you doing some, it's like I want to say just doing a little bit of work with yourself. And okay, cool. Spirit have just told me my three things that I've been saying to my kids lately is self-care, self-worth, self-confidence is my motto. So those three things, when one of those things is not working, then the other two don't really fit either. So if you have self-care, gives you self-worth, self-worth gives you self-confidence, or self-care gives you self-confidence, and self-confidence gives you self-worth. So I just feel like I want to say those three things. So I hope that makes sense, darling.
Okay. Just get back quickly to Carolyn. Carolyn, the two things that she mentioned that you made a confirmation to was the 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 heart from Mom's change, but she saw it on a bracelet. But it's the charm that counts. And she did mention, hold on, my internet's going a little wonky. She did mention the yellow rose, which you said was at Mom's funeral. So that is the confirmation that Mom is there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, awesome.
Okay, are we still together? Okay. Let's go. Pick a name out of the hat. Kara. The boss lady in the Shopland household.
Sorry, it's just I've still got Dave's.
Okay, something is going on with my internet.
Spirit, stop it.
I know, and that shouldn't be there.
There we go. But that's just perfect. Like we're really just grown up, big kids.
No,
exactly.
it's no. Teddy. About that. There we go. Okay, yes. Anything for Kara?
Okay. Sorry, you just have you put it up? Sorry.
Hold on.
Ah, there we are. Can I just do this for one? Oh God, I hope George is not on. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, Kara. Okay. Kara, is it Kara or Kara? Kara.
Kara.
Kara. Okay. It might be just my accent, so just blame the accent. Okay. I know you guys are just come out of summer, but I want to say getting into the garden now.
No,
I
we're
don't
just
know.
going into.
Pardon?
We're just going into summer.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I want to get in. Oh, so it's spring. Awesome. Because I want to get in the garden for you. And it's really interesting because I want to get hands dirty. And I feel like grounding is really important. Also, I keep hearing that you're not drinking enough water. Don't shoot the messenger. Also, oh my God. Girl, you need to start doing some healing elements, or you need to do the healing side of things. And I don't know if you're already in health or healing, but there's something about getting into the modalities of energy healing. You've got a natural ability with this. So I don't know if you've ever looked into it or you've actually done some work in this, but I feel like you're a natural born healer. So I just want to acknowledge this. Also, just quickly, I feel like grounding is going to be more important for you coming up in the next month, only because there's some decisions that need to be made and you need to get out of your head for them. So I hope that makes sense, Kara. Kara.
That's okay. Okay, a quick one. She is Reiki Master. She just, I think, just recently she got her master's. It's fun.
Well, you know what? I was seeing her doing trance stuff as well, so I shouldn't have stopped saying.
I personally think that you did really well with her.
Because I can see her going into trance and doing trance healing as well.
There you go, Kara. All right, let's see. Before I say a name, I'm going to make sure I can find them.
Thanks, Kara. I'm meeting all these wonderful people. You guys,
No.
I've got to.
Some of them I know and some of them I don't know, and I'm having fun with this one. And I'm loving people who love my room, so hello, thank you very much.
Oh, I just, you know what?
Yeah.
I have now got a few people over your way, so I'm quite happy to do a 6-week tour.
There we go.
Come and see you. Come and see my friend in Seattle. Yeah, so it's like it's all going to work. Yeah, I'm so excited. So,
and just quickly, Kara says, "Thank you makes total sense."
Awesome, thank you. Okay. Oh yes, your room is stunning. Like I've been told that I need to do some color in my room, but it's a beautiful beige, and I'm like, I've got all these sort of things in color. I've got a beautiful, like I've got, you can see one of the drawings up there, spiritual drawings, but I've got I'm purple freak as well. I love purple. If you could see my table, I've got this beautiful. I've got, it used to be a sarong, and it's got dolphins. It's purple and it's got dolphins on it, and I'm a dolphin freak. So it's now my a tablecloth when I go to expos and markets and stuff.
There you go. Oh gosh. Well, we have to do what we're comfortable with. Like for me, my walls were just straight purple, but then my daughter kept getting me lovely stickers for butterflies, so they're kind of
Oh,
all
I
over.
love
So
them. I love them.
okay.
Love them.
Do you have anything for Wendy?
Uh, mm. Wendy, I don't know if this will make sense to you, but I want to acknowledge being out in the sun more or having more warmth. There's something about having sunshine. I'm seeing a lot of, yeah, it's funny, I'm seeing a lot of yellow around you. So I know you've got a beautiful joy and happiness around you, but I feel like I need to put you out in the sun because it's like I were to say your elements. Oh, this is really interesting. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but I want to acknowledge how your elements are a little bit out. So I don't know if this makes sense. So we have earth, fire, air, water, spirit. So I feel like I want to say you're a little bit emotional at the moment, and I feel like I want to put you in the sun for a little bit of it's like I want to say air, but also sun to dry up. It's like I want to say breathing in the beautiful fresh air in front of the sun will give you some peace, is what I feel, Wendy. So I don't know if that makes sense.
Very nice. Okay, I'm going to. I enjoy listening to the messages you share because if everybody realizes messages are not just for the one person that's getting it, because sometimes there are messages in it, little tidbits of information and knowledge that everybody should be able to get a hang on. Okay, am I right with this one? Yes, Julie James. I wrote down just Julie, so hopefully we'll only have. My dad crossed
Oh,
over. Does he have anything to tell me? Thanks.
okay.
Love the
Julie,
rainbow, by the way.
can I just say one, Julie is my mum's name, and two, your last name, my last name, which I married into, and your name always get confused.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way I say James, people go, "Oh, is it James?" So it's really interesting how you've picked this beautiful lady. Okay. Oh, I'm. The only thing is, I just want to say, if this is your dad, Julie, I want to acknowledge he's a heavy set gentleman. I do feel like he's quite a proud gentleman. I just, hopefully, are you still on, Julie? Because I just want to, the way I work on a mediumship thing, I know I just want to say, you're asking for your dad. And if I've got this gentleman, I want to make sure it's your dad and not your dad's dad, if that makes sense. But I've got this gentleman stepping forward. He's quite heavy set, very proud gentleman. I feel quite ill around him, so I don't know if he had painkillers or there was, because when I connect on painkillers, they always give me my stomach because, mate, I can only have Panadol. If I have Panadine or Panadine 4, it knocks me out, makes me feel really sick. So I'm like a one-hit wonder when it comes to painkillers. But with him, I feel like I'm quite. There's just the painkillers or tablets making me quite ill. I do feel like I want to say to you, chin up. I keep going like this. I want to chin up, and he's flickering my screen as well, which is really interesting. So I feel like he does have a little bit of a prankster to him as well, Julie. I feel like he's a bit of a prankster around your house. I don't know if he loved. I feel like he was a tradie, but I'm not sure. But there's something about electronics around your house that might be playing up. I just want to acknowledge this. I also want to acknowledge that the key, or it's like I want to say I'm seeing an old-fashioned key, and I just want to say make sure that when you find this, that you put it somewhere or have it somewhere where you know that he's around. It's really interesting because I don't know if he's from the farm or he used to grow up on a farm or it's like a ranch, I want to say, but I just feel like, Julie, I want to acknowledge this. I just want to acknowledge the old key would give you a lot of memories. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, darling, but he's just around you. I don't know if there was a birthday celebration in March, but I just want to acknowledge March as well as a birthday celebration anniversary too. So he's just acknowledging this as well.
Okay. Well, she hasn't responded in chat, but she wasn't here too long ago. If something happened, you know, Facebook loves to kick us buttons out. Here's
Yeah,
a
I
little
know.
something for you
I
from my
know.
dear
I've read
friend
this
Scott.
before.
Jordie, you need to put big painting that's in storage shed garage up on the space on the far wall behind your left shoulder. Connection with dad's picture. Scott is an undercover medium. He's one of my rambling mediums. He's up in the UK and he's a sexy man in a kilt. What can I say?
Oh no, I was just looking at the kilt and I was going, oh my god. Um, okay, left shoulder. Okay,
So look
dad's
into
picture.
that yeah picture
I'll
that
leave
connects with
leave that
dad.
with me. Thank you,
Yeah.
Scott. But I know I've got some paintings outside that need to be brought in, so it sort of makes sense.
Okay.
And I've got a
Uh,
funny feeling I know which dad you're talking about. It would be my husband's father. So it makes perfect sense because he likes to gate crash.
here we go. Um, what about sweet Kevin?
Oh, okay. Hmm. Uh, okay. I feel a little bit out of body with Kevin at the moment. I want to say I feel that he is really. I know you're going through. It's like I want to say your energy is shifting so much. It's like time to rest, but you don't like resting. I feel like you're very much. There is definitely a reference where I want to say rest at the moment. Also, oh, I feel like you're being pulled in two different directions with work. I just want to acknowledge go with the one that's going to make you take the leap of faith. I feel like I want to say take the leap. You're going to be very well looked after if you take the leap.
Okay.
But I just feel like I need to tell him to rest. He's going way too fast. All there's things going on way. It's like I want to say he's just and I'm not saying that you don't need grounding because I feel like you're already grounded. I just feel like there's a lot of fast pace going on and you just need to sort of look at things differently, is what I feel. So I hope that makes sense, Kevin.
It does to me. It should to him.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Quick from Scott. It's a sea. I think it's a seascape painting that she's thinking that he's
You're
seeing.
connecting with my father in law.
Mm, yeah.
So, yes, Scott, it makes sense.
Okay. Let's see. What we're gonna do is we've got 15 minutes left. I'm giving this till
Cool.
6:30, so we
Yeah,
have a
cool.
few like another 15 minutes. Let's see why. Because I stopped writing down names. I'm just gonna zip up and see.
Yeah, that's cool.
First time seeing both of you, Pamela, Roger. Would love a reading, please.
Oh, I love the tree. I love the trees in the background.
I think it's a card. Oh no, okay. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm looking at the thing sideways. Just ignore the old
Yeah,
lady in the red hair.
yep. Pamela. Oh, it's like I want to say my hands are going crazy with you, Pamela. It's okay. The first thing I feel like I want to say to you is whether or not you need to um, do a little bit of self care at the moment. So I don't know if you're into kinesiology or acupuncture, but I want to acknowledge self care. So do some healing work of energy level for you. I'm also being told that don't shoot messenger. But I feel like I want to say trust with what you're receiving. Your intuition's being quite strong at the moment. I also am being told that you need to write down certain things that happen so you can acknowledge that each month has a different energy for you, but it constantly comes back. So I know March is quite a dominant month for me with certain lessons. And October is another one. It gets me. And I feel like you're going through this at the moment. So I just feel like there's some old lessons that need to be sort of ticked off. But I definitely want to acknowledge getting a spiritual or healing energy healing, if that makes sense, Pamela. It's just like I want to say a little bit more tangible, I feel. So I don't know if it's acupuncture or massage or something, but just I want to acknowledge the self-care.
Hands on. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Hopefully
you're
that
welcome,
helps.
Kevin.
Let's try Ray Moore. Oh, lovely kitty.
Oh, I love how Ray is spelt. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love that ragdoll too. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm a cat freak. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Ray, what I want to say to you, it's really interesting because I thought my light reflection in the window was the moon. So I was like, oh my god, the moon's over there. No, because the moon sort of goes that way on my side. So anyway, as I digress, I want to acknowledge the moon for you and the full moon that's coming up tomorrow. Is today the 7th? No.
For us, it's Tuesday. So for you, it'll be
Okay,
today's
yeah.
for you is the
So
6th,
it's
right?
Wednesday for us. So I want to acknowledge this super moon for you for manifesting and setting the intent for your next month. And I know that this is the third one in 4. So we've got one more next month as a super moon, full moon. And I just feel like coming up now, I want you to really see the moon and feel into the moon's energy. And I know because moving up to it, so the next 3 days are going to be quite powerful for you. And I feel like this is a really good time to set some goals and set some intents and do a vision board or something. But I feel like I want to acknowledge using the moon power for the new stuff that's coming in for you.
Okay. Everybody is in the chat room is saying thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome.
Let's see what we have next here. Like I said.
And that's another thing, guys, too. And I know that was for Ray, but I just feel like I want to acknowledge I'm a bit witchy woo. I'm a very witchy sort of person. I love working and I'm actually studying witchcraft at the moment in a good way. So, guys, just it's pagan. It's not, it's all the earth stuff. And I just want to say this next full moon, it's the third one, and we've got one more, but doing a lot of good stuff. And I don't know, because what we're doing and what we're going through at the moment, Doris, I'll get to you in a second. What's going on in the universe and the environment at the moment, it's a really good thing to pull back and go, okay, what is going to serve me better than what was? It's like it's a whole, for me personally, to my knowledge and my understanding, it's all about a big cleanse. So it's a really good time, especially coming up to this full moon. It's a good cleanse time. So I just want to acknowledge that. Doris, oh my God, you're such an old soul. It's so funny because I feel like you've got a lot of wisdom in you, but you don't, and a lot of philosophy, but you don't sort of, it sort of gets stuck between hearing it, seeing it, and saying it. So I want to say to you that you've got a beautiful way with words. I don't know if you love poetry or writing, but I just feel like I want to acknowledge writing and writing about, oh my God, writing about your life. I just want to say, I don't know what you've been through, but I just want to acknowledge going through your life and having everything sort of really written down. But I know you've got a beautiful way with words, so I'll just leave that with you. But I feel like I want to say, get this stuff in writing. And I don't know if you've got a beautiful quill or a beautiful old-fashioned quill pen, but I just want to acknowledge the quill pen. So I'll leave that with you.
Okay. Little confirmation from Pamela. If my internet will behave themselves. I'm only just starting to receive spirit. No, I have a cough and headaches. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all about energetically, which is really interesting because, Pamela, I just want to touch on this. I don't get sick. Well, I do get sinus issues. I don't get head colds or anything, but I do get what they call the energy flu, which is very similar to the normal flu, which is the aches and pains. I don't know if you get this, Darlene, but I get the energy flu. So I don't have a temp, I don't feel sick, I just get the aches and pains and I feel really lethargic. So this is what I feel like I want to say to you is going to get a healing done on an energetic level. Because it may not be your stuff.
Very, very true. I don't get aches and pains per se, but lately it's been like it just sort of like drain energy. It's like
Mm,
I needed, not wanted to, but needed to take a nap yesterday. It's like, oh no, can't do this. I'm getting old.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
no,
I
this.
get I think I've spoken to three other people, and Saturday I woke up with a really bad sinus headache, and I was like, "What the hell?" And there was two other people or three other people I spoke
Mm,
to. Oh no, I did a live yesterday. I did a live card reading yesterday, and there was two or three other people that were on my live that said they all had a headache on Saturday. So I was like, obviously there's an energy thing going on as well. So yeah.
yeah. And Doris says, "Thank you, sweetie. Someone said I should write the book of my life on my life, which is true."
So it's just confirmation.
There you go. Okay.
And Dave, I did see what you wrote.
Good because I missed it.
Yes, I'm 100% with that, Dave. 100%. Sorry, he's just gone. My feelings exactly. The Australian bushfires are cleansing, and the coronavirus is also a cleansing. It's so true.
It
We've
is
been hit double over here.
double
So,
whammy.
and the thing is, with the bushfires, I wanted to go at Easter. I wanted to go and visit all the beautiful. Like I wanted to go down to the lake's entrance and Malakuta, and because I've never really been down there, and I wanted to go down there to put some money into the place, but we can't because we're stuck.
Exactly.
Margie,
Margie.
Margie, sorry. Um, I love the finger. That's so cool. I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
Margie. I love it when they show me this stuff. I feel like I want to say I do apologize, but you've got itchy feet in the moment, and I really feel like you want to get on a plane and just go somewhere because you've got itchy feet, and it's not because of the time. I want to say I don't know if you had something planned at this time and you're not able to do it, but I feel like you get itchy feet every time you need to just go and travel, and I feel like I want to say it's all in a good cause. I want you to just sit back and wait because it wasn't the right time, one. And two, it's like I want to say the next adventure or the next travel thing that's going to happen for you, which will be in 6 months, because I know 6 months it's when it's going to sort of ease up. You are going to, it's like appreciate it more, but I just feel like I want to acknowledge the itchy feet. Even if you walk, I want to say that just to get you out, but I know that you're ready for travel, and I know it's not too far away, but unfortunately you couldn't do it right now. But I know that, and I feel like I've got a lady here laughing because you were hoping to go somewhere, and everything's been put on hold, and this beautiful lady's just laughing in the background with me, and I feel like I don't know if it's mum or mum's mum, but I want to acknowledge the mum reference around her. And I feel like January, it's really interesting. I want to say January, but then I'm also seeing June as birthday celebrations, anniversary, or June as a name. No, it's more of a month. I want to say more of a month. But I know she's cackling over here because you weren't able to do what you wanted to do. And it's like, sit tight, everything's going to be okay, Margie. So I hope that makes sense.
Okay. And this is going to be the last one, and I'm choosing this one because he was a guest on my show, and I think he's adorable. So, Jeffrey Morgan, and I like the idea. Anything come up for the late guy.
Anything up for the late guy? Ah, for Jeff. So obviously he was late into this. Is
Yes.
that what is?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, I don't feel like there's someone around me. Uh, oh my God. So, darling, you know him, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to say he laughs at things. It's like he's a real jokester, and he's a deflector. I want to acknowledge he deflects things. So it's like he wants to sort of um, it's so funny because I feel like he laughs to deflect it, but really he's very empathic and very sensitive. Also, as I'm connecting with his energy, Jeffrey, I want to say, can you please put your foot down because you're not actually putting your foot down with things at the moment. And I know you're trying to be the beautiful, soft, gentle person, but you also need to speak your truth. It's like I want to say, speak your truth, speak your authenticity. I feel like I want to say that to you. And I don't know if you actually public speak, but I feel like I want to acknowledge public speaking around you. Or you're a teacher and you speak, but I just feel like I want to clear my throat with you. I want to speak. Just that's all.
Okay. And so that will be the end of the readings. And Margie says, yes, several trips. And yes, Grandma. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And yeah, she's cackling. She's so funny. She's got this beautiful, soft, gentle laugh. So yeah.
Here you go. One quick one. Yeah, she's good. Yeah, she is, Jeffrey. Okay, we're going to leave it here. And Jeffrey says, thank you very much. But I will take you up on it, and I'm pretty sure everybody would love it. Maybe once in a while, we'll just do a separate thing we'll see how it goes, that maybe we'll do a reading show again, because I think a lot of people would. So if you're interested, you got to make sure that you follow me, you follow Jordie, and you pay attention. And you never know, it might just be a pop up on YouTube. So if you're not, find me on YouTube. I'll put my link in somewhere. So I might just do it there because I want people to see things in different places. And Tarot Tracy said, very lovely, gifted medium. Yes, she is. She's doll. She's my doll. So I thank you everybody up for hanging in the chat room. Thank you, Scott Wood, for sharing this out and having
Thank you,
all of a
Scott.
bunch of new people coming in to see us.
Thank
And
you, Scott.
I'm sure we will see a lot of you again sometime soon. Jordie,
Yes.
thank you so much for
Oh
saying
no,
yes
thank
to
you for
this.
having
And
me on.
this is
Beautiful.
I enjoy working. I enjoy talking with you, but I also enjoy working with you. So it's just a blast. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, I will have Kendra Hatley as my guest, who is also a medium, and she does an interesting thing called hair readings. And she did
Oh,
mine, and I could see what she was seeing. I was like, holy cow, yeah, all right. So
yeah.
that's an interesting thing.
Well, I will definitely be up having coffee and watching that next week for
Cool. So
sure.
maybe you just send me a more recent picture, and I'll give it to Kendra, and she can do your reading on the air.
Yeah, well, the picture that I gave you is the most recent one, so
Okay. So I'll give you
yeah,
that one and see what we get. Never know.
without having Snapchat filters over them.
Yeah, I know. Though I do post when I put my Snapchat filters. I say, you know what time it is? It's that time of day. It's a Snapchat filter day, and I put up some fun ones. So
Oh,
there you
I
go.
saw that.
I'm
That's
so
pretty
fun.
cool. Yeah.
I think they're
I
fun.
love the bunny one at the moment. It's so much fun.
I
Anyway,
know. All right, guys. Everybody, have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day, Jordie, and try and behave yourself. We know you always get into so much trouble. Not at
never.
all.
It's too
Never.
boring. It's
She's a
too
perfect
boring.
angel. Not. She does. I'm sure she does. Just that she doesn't show it to the rest of us. All right, guys. I love you,
Right.
and I'll see y'all soon.
Mwah.
Bye,
Thank
sweetie.
you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thanks, Darlene.
You're
Mwah.
welcome.
Talk to you soon, honey. Bye.
Do, do, do.